Hey guys, so I wanted to come on and make this video today, and I keep getting triggered back to this same message, and I'm finally just gonna like do a rant in a video for it. And what I'm gonna entitle it is "What You Seek is Seeking You." And I had over the past couple of days, here periodically I'll watch different YouTube videos and really high vibe teachers on YouTube. And I heard Asia Andromeda. She's from Multidimensional You YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, she's insanely connected and just like this. She's Her channel is beautiful. Just check it out if you want to. I have a list of all my favorite YouTubers underneath this YouTube video, and she's on there, and so is anyone else who I mention in any of my videos. Just go below my videos to find them. But she mentioned the quote, "What you seek is seeking you," and then she said, "Just throw out your vision board." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes!" Like, it's so funny how you can hear one sentence and then get like 50 different downloads from just that one trigger. Like, all of a sudden you start remembering things, and maybe it's stuff that you already had remembered, but it's bringing it full circle and really grounding the understanding of that perspective. And I was just like, it was just funny because like we bring our programming from when we're starting our awakening process, we still bring that lingering trickle down of programming into the beginning of our spiritual journey until we gradually, bit by bit, start working through the shadows, working through the programming, releasing it, really connecting with your higher self, and like understanding who you truly are and what your true perspective is based on your unique soul signature from living all these lives. And so you start coming into this remembering, and then just one little thing can trigger you into that. So I want to come back to the message, "What you seek is seeking you." It was funny because, was it yesterday or the day before, I noticed Phil Good had posted a post, and it was kind of along the lines of like people who put up sponsored ads, like people who have businesses online and they put up sponsored ads to get more clients or what have you. Um, they're missing this perspective that they could be coming from, where it's this understand, it's almost like forcing it. It's like this understanding that knowing what's you is for you. Who's meant to come to you and gravitate towards your channel will do that, and you do not have to force it. We are magnets. That's the law of attraction, and this is like really basic in the terms, if you think of it as we're all energy, and what the energy we put out is the energy we get back. That's why if you vibrate at a certain frequency and you're a match to that energy, the things that you desire, your life unfolding in a more harmonious way, is that energy is also a match to you. So if you're like, I mentioned this in one of my videos recently, if you're like somebody who, somebody will mention like a great idea, and that person is the first one to say, "Well, this is why it's not going to work." Those people are stuck in lower frequencies because they don't understand that the reason life isn't working out for them, the reason they continue to like build momentum in the direction of nothing's working out for me, is because they're a vibrational match to that. And so when you're a vibrational match to that, you keep having thoughts that come to your mind from the perspective of, "I'm not worthy, I can't do this," and you get stuck. You're stuck in that energy, and until you start really releasing that and talking to yourself in a more loving way and knowing that everything's working out for you, you'll start getting these little beliefs. And then when you really start, stepping your vibration up and stepping your game up spiritually, the belief turns into knowingness. And so once you get to this space of knowingness, you don't have to put out a sponsored ad. Like, it was so funny. I had made a video the other day, and at the end, my son walked in the kitchen at the very end of it, because it was about sea moss or something, so I was in the kitchen. And he walked in, and he's like, "Mom, you didn't say like or subscribe at the end of your video." And then somebody had mentioned that in one of the comments, like, "You should tell people to subscribe to your channel," like, what most YouTubers do. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this means something, Spirit, but I'm not sure what they're trying to get at here. Like, I'm not sure the lesson you're trying to teach me here." And something inside me was like, "No, like, you're being organic. You don't feel like," if I thought like if inside of my body I felt like I needed to tell people to subscribe, I would do it naturally and organically in my videos. But the reason I'm not is because I know spirit will bring whoever is supposed to watch my videos to my videos. I know that I don't have to effort and put out sponsored ads to get more followers on YouTube or Instagram or anything else, or anything like that, because once you connect to a certain frequency, you know that effortlessly what is for you is for you. So all I have to do is get on here, make the videos, send the messages, put them up, and whoever is supposed to gravitate towards them will. And it's like, that's why I'm donation based. Everything I do is donation based. I start out having like clients and stuff like that, and it just didn't sit right inside of me. It wasn't for me. I'm not saying nobody should ever have clients, because everybody's path is different. We can't all fit into the same box. But I'm trying to relay this perception, this viewpoint to you, to explain to you how much what's for you is for you. It will be for you regardless, and it will start manifesting that way in your life when you raise your vibration and you come into this knowingness. And life gets really freaking magical after that. You start looking around you and you're manifesting things, and you're like, my ego could not have planned this to be so perfect down to every little detail, because your ego doesn't even know what completely exists, because it's not connected to everything that exists in this 3D reality to be able to co-create with it. Whereas when you connect to your higher self and you raise your frequency, you are connected to the universe. So you're able to have these miracles pop up in your life, this magical life you start to live, because you're just in the moment knowing that what's for me is going to happen for me, and that divine timing in each and every moment. Like, the more you try to live in the future and you get anxious and you try to control everything and make a plan and this is going to be this way, the more you're out of alignment. And the more you live in the past and you're depressed about things that didn't work before, so you're sinking into these insecurities, and you don't believe in your own self, so you can't raise your frequency, so you're able to be a vibrational match to those things that you want. You're not in the now moment. This is about being in the now. What you seek is seeking you, because you're connected to it. And it's difficult to come out of such dense programming that we have been in since the time that we were born in here, and we forgot who we really were. Like, it's very difficult because the programming tells you the complete opposite of what connection and flowing with the universe is. The complete opposite to flow state is forcing, trying really hard. And it's so crazy because we literally have an entire movement. And I was a collegiate athlete, so I know this movement very well. I even worked in insurance for a while, so I really know, like, in multi-level marketing crap. Like, I got sucked into that when I was in my early 20s, and I really was able to, like, learn so much from those experiences. I don't regret them at all, but it's like deep programming, and it's just like forcing, and it doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel comfortable at all. It doesn't feel right. And yes, maybe you can achieve something by forcing, but at the end of the day, the thing that you achieve was just you reaching somewhere externally for validation to make you feel worthy, to make you feel like, you're doing something in life. Like, you're freaking, like, figuring this out. But the thing of it is when you're in the 3D and you're vibrating at a lower frequency, it feels like nothing you can do can help you figure it out. Because the only way you're going to figure out how this universe really works and come to be a vibrational match to joy and happiness and everything you ever wanted is if you let go of all that programming and you connect to your higher self. That way you can be a vibrational match to everything that you could ever need or want or desire. And the thing of it is your mind can't even, like, plan that. It can't even, like, it doesn't know to the capacity that the universe knows what you desire. Because your higher self, which is basically a soul signature of every life that you've lived, it knows you to a T. It knows exactly what you want. And you're trying to and I don't say you like I'm, like, talking at you, but I'm just talking in terms of, like, somebody in the 3D is coming from a space and coming from this perspective of what you want from a 3D vibration. So you're forcing, forcing, forcing. I wrote down a couple things, and I don't want to, I think I'm hitting most of them, but I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Yeah, the action will be in the moment. So it's not that you don't take action. And that's the thing. That is, this is like the good stuff. Like, it's not that, and people are like, oh, people are just hippies and they just meditate and that's just enough for them. Like, this isn't some airy fairy. This is very scientific. Like, this is very laws of the universe. It's just as true as the law of gravity is here on Earth. It's like, when you get connected in the moment, you are just you become this match, this 0 point. Like, the action is still there. So people think, oh, there's no action, you just meditate all day. No, the action is still very much so there, but it's so in the moment. It's so like, oh, I just got this epiphany that I want to do something. Like, what is that? And then all of a sudden you do it, and then all of a sudden you'll get an epiphany while you're doing that thing, and you'll go to the next thing, and it's like these breadcrumbs, and your life becomes freaking magical. No day feels like the day before it. And I'm telling you, I have 4 kids. I'm in the house all the time. I homeschool. No day feels like the day before it. And it's so surreal. You lose the concept of time. Is just like literally 5 years feels like 5 minutes when you're connected and you raise your vibration. Your concept of time completely, because there is no such thing. Everything's happening at once. And check out, I did a channel message last week about that. If you really want the breakdown of like the your higher self and what it means in relation to source energy, and like the a really broken down explanation that will help you understand it. But it's so funny. I wrote down here, spirit giggles at the idea of a 5-year plan. Like, that's so 3D to think of, like, I'm going to plan something 5 years ahead. You know how much can happen when you're connected to source in 5 years? You're not even going to be remotely the same person who you were in 5 years, or desire the same things, or look at the world in the same way when you're on your growth and ascension process at all. Like, you are totally in the moment once you reach a certain point. And yeah, just to come back full circle, like, the reason Phil took that post down about people who use sponsored ads, because people weren't ready to receive that, because they took offense to it. Like, oh, I use a sponsored ad. Like, does that make me like less spiritual? And it's just not that. It's just that they're not coming from the perspective of what's meant to be is going to be regardless. It's a knowingness. You reach a certain vibration where you're in knowingness. And once you get there, you are freaking invincible. You're unstoppable. You could have 1 penny in your bank account and just know that, not even be remotely worried, because you're always taken care of. Like, always. Like, there's never a moment. But I'm telling you, once you're there, you're not going to have 1 penny in your bank account, because Spirit's already, like, taking care of you to on the next level. Like, you're not going to have a lot of worries. You're going to come into contrast, and you're going to learn to be that observer, because you got triggered, and you know you don't make a rash decision. You don't speak. You don't act when you're in a lower vibrational space. You know how to operate within this matrix, but still be a high vibrational being. That's mastery. When you can really navigate and get out there and be in it, but still be in a higher vibrational frequency. Like, think about it. That's what a lot of us came here to do. That's what we came here to do, because we're raising the collective consciousness. But at the same time, you could be gardening or at home every single day, raising your vibration, coming into these realizations, this remembrance, and also be helping the collective just as much as somebody else who gets out there and does it in the physical. So there's a million ways to look at it. Everybody can't fit into the same box. Everybody has a different mission. But just remember, what you seek is seeking you. You don't have to force it. The more you force it, the more you set yourself up. So you set yourself up for just like miserableness, because it doesn't have to be hard. Matter of fact, it's not supposed to be hard. It's really supposed to be easy, but you have to let go of all the programming first. You have to let go and just be in the now, the 0 point. So I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.